All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to the 2023 competitive Teams of 4 Masters Division walkthrough. Now, we're actually going to be watching the team on the far right here, behind Andy and Kelly, who are standing directly in our way. But if you look in the back here, you'll see Sam. He is doing his double under buy-in, and the girls are changing their weights. So Abby and Avery are going to be demonstrating for the Teams of 4. Now, the way this is going to work, guys, is you're always going to have to do 40 double unders to earn the next attempt. Okay, so 40 double unders, attempt. 40 double unders, attempt. Anybody can do the 40 double unders. Anybody can step in and do the 40 double unders. So athlete 1 could start, and athlete 2 could come in, step in, and then continue on wherever they left off. So like if athlete 1 is struggling and they're at 14 double unders, athlete 2 could come in and finish the last 26. After the double unders are done, an attempt will be made. All right, as soon as you unrack the weight and you make your attempt, that is going to count for that attempt. And then 40 double unders will have to be done again. Now, the non-working partners are welcome to change the weights, pick up the bar together and re-rack it. All of that stuff can be being done while the double unders are going on, and that's all fine. Now, as an added bonus here, you're going to get 1 pound added to your score for every set of unbroken double unders that you do. So let's say you do 13 sets of unbroken double unders in the 8 minutes, and you get then 13 attempts. Let's say you just go 13 for 13. That means you would get 13 pounds added onto your total for every set of unbroken double unders that you do. So we're going to continue on for 8 minutes. Everybody will need to establish a max lift. The team score will be added all together. Whoever your top lift was for each individual person will be added up. That's going to be your team's score for this event, and it is a 100-point event. Thanks. All right, guys, what's going on? We are here with event 2. Now, after a very quick turnover, we're going to be moving forward into our Congo Line style workout. So 1 athlete will begin on the rower. The other 3 athletes will be resting behind them. And we're going to go through first the 30-calorie row. So once athlete 1 has completed the 30-calorie row and they move forward to the dumbbell push presses, that's going to trigger athlete 2 to go ahead and begin on the row, and that will succeed moving forward the whole way. So when athlete 1 moves from the push presses to the box jumps, then the athlete from the rower can move forward to the push press, so on and so forth. Okay, so it's going to be 30s across the board, except for the ladies' calories is going to be 20 cals, and you guys can pick and choose the order. Okay. Now, as we wait for these guys to wrap up their first 30 cals, the dumbbell push presses is going to be next. So there's going to be 45-pound dumbbells in each hand for guys, 35 pounds in each hand for ladies. And then we're going to be moving forward to 30 box jumps. So there's going to be standard box jumps, 24 inches for men, 20 inches for ladies. You'll have each in your lane and station. Here we see the push presses. As soon as those are completed, athlete 1 will then move on to the box jumps and so on. Okay, so we'll kind of fast forward here and show you guys kind of the end of this one, but just kind of keeping in mind that once these athletes get off the rower, they can move forward to the push presses because both of these first athletes have moved on to the box already. All right, now we are to the last 2 athletes. So we see Avery is doing pull-ups. Wes has cleared the pull-up bar. Sam is done. So Avery is now the 3rd athlete, and she's working on the pull-ups while Abby is working on the box jumps. Same thing, if Abby were to get done with the box jumps before Avery is done with the pull-ups, she must stay at the box jump station until Avery is completed. So once Avery is done with her 30, and you can see Abby's kind of pacing and seeing where she's at, then Abby can move forward and your team will call time when Abby, in this case, or the last 4th athlete completes their 30th pull-up. That will be your team's final time. Now, if that doesn't happen in 12 minutes, you will get credit for all of the reps that your team has completed up to that point. So we will have a tight 12-minute time cap on this. Okay, so that is event 2. It will be a 5-minute transition into event 3. All right, guys, we are back with a buy-in and a max lift. So this time the buy-in is going to be a handstand walk. All right, so we're going to have a 12-foot handstand walk. Now, again, just like the double unders, you will earn a lift with the 12-foot handstand walk. Okay, if you do it unbroken, you will get 1 pound added to your team's total at the end of the event. Now, our complex for this that we're going to be doing is 3 deadlifts. We have to lock out the last deadlift and then lower the bar back down into a hang for a hang squat clean. Then once it's in the front rack position, you have to finish out 3 front squats. And it's going to be for max weight. So we're watching that team on the far right here. Abby's about to do the complex here in the yellow. She's going to go 1, 2, 3 on the deadlifts. Go back to the hang squat clean, and then 3 front squats. As soon as she is done, she can drop it. They can be changing weights. Sam's going to start on the handstand walk. And then once he completes that buy-in and they have their weights changed, the next athlete can go ahead and start lifting. So in this case, it would be Avery. So this team does a really good job of kind of moving around a little bit how they're doing things. They have, I think, 3 or 4 athletes here who can do handstand walks. And so they kind of move around. But again, if you only have 1 athlete on your team who can do handstand walks, they can do all of the handstand walks. They are just going to have to do the buy-in for themselves as well. Okay, so we see Avery complete that complex here with her last front squat. I think that's her last front. Yeah. And now Wes is going to go into their next buy-in. And he gets that unbroken, so they earn an extra pound, and now Abby is back up for the lift. All right, so that is going to be this event. We have 8 minutes for each athlete to acquire their max lift. The team's totals will be added together, and we will add in any unbroken handstand walks. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, what is going on? We are here with event 4, and this is going to be a 4-time event with an 8-minute cap. This is going to be male-female partnership 1. You guys can decide who does which one of this combo here. And here we see Sam is going to be on the Echo Bike. He is the male. He is responsible for 18 calories. And Kelly is on the C2 bike. She is responsible for 13 calories. Okay, this is a 3-round event. All right, so that's going to be true for every round. The male is on the Echo bike, the female is on the C2 bike for this whole event. Okay, now as we move forward, you obviously can't start the next piece because it's a synchro. The next 2 movements are synchro. So you can't start that until both athletes are done with the biking. Now, the way we're going to do this is both partners are going to have to be on the same pull-up bar, and it will be set to what we call just the male height or our taller height. It's still very approachable from a height perspective. All right, so they're going to go into now their 14 synchro toes to bar. All right, these guys didn't practice this either, so this is pretty dang good for a first one. All right, so judges are going to let you know if you guys are falling out of sync. They'll let you know to drop off the bar, or they'll give you a no rep, and then you can drop off the bar and kind of reset. We will have a ballistic block there for women to jump up to the bar. Obviously, the guy can always help the woman up to the bar if they prefer. All right, so they're going to do 14 synchro here, and then they're going to move forward onto their synchro power cleans. Okay, so for the power cleans here, guys, the synchro is going to be that you have to be holding the lockout together at the same time. Okay, so we'll kind of watch them here. It's not that the movement has to be done at the same time. Like that was a true synchro power clean, but you just have to basically be locked out at the same time. So as this goes on, Kelly does start to struggle just a little bit, and Sam basically just holds the bar in the front rack until Kelly gets her power clean. So that is absolutely fine. All right. We tested this heavier and with lower reps. So they're doing 4. And so they're going to complete their 4. You guys will be doing 5, just a touch lighter than we tested. And then they're back on for round 2. The judges will reset your monitors to 0 and you'll be good to go. Okay. So we're going to do this. These guys would have 2 more rounds, and they have 8 minutes to complete that. So that is event 4. All right, guys, we are here now with event 5. This is going to be your other male-female pair, and so it must be the other 2 people completing this event. We have the same 8-minute time cap, and we have the same 3 rounds to complete. You'll notice now that the female is on the Echo bike, and the male is on the C2 bike. Okay, the calories are going to be the same. Female has to complete 13 calories on the Echo. Male has to complete 18 calories on the C2 bike. And then they will move forward. That'll be true for this entire event, okay? So these guys are gonna roll through this, and then again, you cannot really start the next movement anyway until both partners are done because it is a synchro movement. All right, so these guys are wrapping up their cows here. They're gonna move forward. The synchro for the sandbag shoulders, guys, is you must be holding the lockout with the sandbag on your shoulder at the same time. The judge will give you a down call, and then you'll get that rep. So watch these guys. They do a really good job of synchroing, and that's 1, okay? So once they both get it onto the shoulder, that'll count. And as you can see, Dave, the judge here, is getting their monitors reset for them for the next round. They are going to complete 8 synchro sandbag shoulders. Guys are gonna be using a 120, ladies are gonna be using a 90, and then they're gonna do 4 rope climbs. Now, anybody can do the 4 rope climbs, guys, and these are using your legs, legless, whatever you guys wanna choose, any way to get up. You're gonna touch the thick part on our ropes is going to be what your aiming point is. If any part of your hand touches that thick part, that will count. So these guys are wrapping up. I think they got 1 more maybe on their final 8th synchro sandbag shoulder. Hit that synchro together, and they're good, okay? So now Avery's gonna start on the rope. Again, anybody can do anything here. So you guys can do 4 and 0, 3 and 1, 2 and 2, anything like that. So Avery hits her first one, and he's prepped and ready. He's going to go into his. So this will be 2 for the team. It is just 4 across the team, however you want, okay? Once they finish up their 4 rope climbs, they're going to make their way back to the bikes, and they're going to complete 3 rounds here for time. If we cannot complete that inside of the 8-minute time cap, we will get credit for each of the reps that we do. All right. So that is going to be event 5 with our alternate or our second male-female pair. So you guys get to choose which person does each event. All right. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, what would a friendship event be without our sled push workout? If you guys have ever done one of our events, you know that we love to bring it home on the sled. Just make sure that everybody has a great time. So weights here are going to be 55, 45, 35, 30. And you guys can pick and choose who does what, right? It doesn't need to be male and female weights. As soon as the athlete in front of you passes that first cone, that triggers the next athlete to begin. Now, when you are done with your walking lunge, you're going to walk forward into your sled pushing lane. And you're going to see, we're going to kind of follow these guys. You're going to bring your dumbbell with you. Once you get onto the sidewalk or the alternate concrete position, that's when you can bring the dumbbell down out of the overhead position and then walk forward to your lane. All right, so as these guys finish, Abby's gonna complete her last step. She's gonna walk her dumbbell forward. Kelly's our last athlete. She's gonna make sure she gets past that finish line. That would have been a note if I actually yelled at her right there. All right, as soon as they get their dumbbells down, then they all have to touch on the tether. They're gonna have to stay inside of their lanes. Kelly's taking her sweet time here. She's slowing the team down. All right, and then you're gonna take off on your tethered 400-meter run. All right, so they are out. We're gonna have judges and traffic people along the way to help you guys stay safe, and we're gonna kind of fast forward here a little bit till. All right, guys, so they're getting back from their run. They have to be in their lane when they approach the sled area, and then they're all gonna go back to a dumbbell. Okay, we're all gonna face one direction here, and we're gonna go to a goblet position, and we have to do a pause goblet squat. All right, so the whole team has to pause in the bottom until their judge gives them a good signal. Okay, so it's gonna be good, good, right? And you're gonna be going through your reps like that. Okay, so your judge will be counting, but everybody must pause. All right, we cannot have anybody just doing quick squats here. There's gonna be a slight pause in every one. They're gonna go through 20 reps here. All right, if at any point we get out of sync or somebody's not pausing, the judge will stop everybody for a second, let them know what the fault is, and then they'll continue on. All right, once they complete their 20 reps, we're gonna start the sled pushes. Ladies, you guys are going to start and you're gonna go all the way down, which for us is about 100 feet or so, probably somewhere around maybe 100, 150 feet. So you're going to see we tested this just a little bit different, but you guys will be able to see sort of the end line here. So Abby's going to go forward. Ladies, you guys are going to start with 245s on, all right? And you're going to go down to all the way to our very end line. Lady one's going to bring it all the way down. Lady two then is going to bring it back. Then once that's completed, the guys are going to add their weight, and man one is going to take it all the way down, and man two is going to bring it all the way back. All right. Once you guys have completed the sleds, we're going to go back to our dumbbells, and we're basically going to make our way in reverse. So we're going to go through the synchro goblet squats, and you guys can see here that their second round, they get much more in rhythm here. All right. So I'm counting for them here, and I'm just giving them good and 5, good and 6, good and 7. Right. And I'm just kind of continuing on that until they get up to pace here. All right, once they are completed with 20, they're going to all grab that tether. They're going to take off on the second run. Again, when you guys are leaving, you're going to have to be inside of your lanes for this push, or sorry, for the run. And they're going to come out, do their 40 tether run. They're going to grab their dumbbells, go back to the curb, and they're going to start in reverse for the walking lunge ladder to bring it home. So that is our completed event. Everything else from here you guys have kind of already seen. And that will wrap up our day. Once that last athlete crosses the dumbbell overhead walking lunge line, you guys are done. Thanks, guys. Let's have a great event.